Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. Alejandro Garnacho insists he is happy at Manchester United amid ongoing uncertainty over the winger's future. Garnacho has established himself as a regular starter under United boss Ruben Amorim, since being left out of the squad completely for December's 2-1 win at Manchester City. Argentina international Garnacho has been linked with a move to Chelsea or Napoli this summer, with United demanding at least £65 million for the 20-year-old attacker. But Garnacho said, "Obviously, as a footballer, you read and listen to some rumours about the future, but I have a contract here until 2028. I am happy here. We know we have to work hard here to be even in the squad, and I just have to train well every day, and I will be available for all the games." Garnacho admitted it had been hard for him to adapt to Amorim's 3-4-2-1 formation, in which occupies a more central attacking role rather than his more natural position as a winger. "I think it's not easy when, in the middle of the season, you change the manager and all the staff," said Garnacho. "It's difficult for everyone when a new manager comes in and we change the formation, but we just need to follow the rules and I'm trying to improve every day." Garnacho admitted it had been hard for him to adapt to Amorim's 3-4-2-1 formation, in which occupies a more central attacking role, rather than his more natural position as a winger. "I think it's not easy when, in the middle of the season, you change the manager and all the staff," said Garnacho. "It's difficult for everyone when a new manager comes in and we change the formation, but we just need to follow the rules and I'm trying to improve every day. I think it's a little bit hard, but it is the mentality. The first 2 months, November and December, were very difficult for me, but my mentality is to keep working. In my mind, it is always try to work hard every day and show the manager I need to play, and that is the only thing I need to do. I try to help the team and try to win games. We are missing chances, but we are training really hard, me, Rasmus, Højlund, and all the strikers, and we will try to do better. We train hard to try to score more chances." Matthijs de Ligt looks set to miss the Europa League clash against Athletic Bilbao on Thursday night, after sitting out of training on Wednesday. United midfielder Christian Eriksen missed the session, but is expected to be available on Thursday. Noussair Mazraoui was back in training after being rested against Brentford at the weekend, and Aidan Heaven did separate work away from the main group at Carrington as he continues his recovery from injury. Diogo Dalot, Lisandro Martinez, Joshua Zirkzee and Toby Collier remain out. Jack Kingdon, Sam Murray and James Nolan are all set to leave Manchester United at the end of the season. The trio are all out of contract this summer and will depart on freeze after not being offered new terms. A number of senior and academy players are due to leave Old Trafford in the upcoming window in what promises to be a transformative summer. And Kingdon, Murray Nolan are the latest to be informed they will be leaving, the Manchester Evening News reports. Kingdon, 19, was a key player in the under-18s treble-winning team last season and has been performing well on loan at Rochdale since joining them in the January window. It is believed that he was close to signing for Ineos-owned FC Lausanne Sport on loan in January before opting for Rochdale, who he has helped reach the National League playoffs. The centre-back, who was born in Bolton and joined United from Morecambe for a six-figure sum in November 2020, has trained with the first team at Carrington and represented Scotland at various age levels. He also spent time training with Lausanne's first team in Switzerland last year, impressing their staff. Murray, 20, came to United as a teenager from Huddersfield and played in all 6 games of the successful 2022 FA Youth Cup campaign, which concluded at Old Trafford. The left-back, who recently captained the under-21s against Wolves and scored against West Ham in the Premier League 2 playoffs on Monday, has been a steady performer in the academy. Nolan, 19, a jack-of-all-trades on the pitch, joined Inverness Caledonian Thistle in Scottish League One on loan during the summer transfer window and has since made 33 appearances. The Chorley-born player has mainly been seen holding down the fort at full-back for Caledonian Thistle. The three will be part of a huge cohort of players seeking new employers in the summer. It was reported earlier this week that only 4 players are deemed as untouchable by the United hierarchy, with the club open to offers on every other player. The quartet, as reported by the Daily Star, are understood to be Harry Maguire, Patrick Dorgu, Ahmad and captain Bruno Fernandes. Aside from those, United are open for business as they look to raise funds for a huge rebuild under Ruben Amorim. The Portuguese boss wants players that suit his system, but there is an understanding that outgoing business will need to be conducted first. Along with the players that can be sold for fees, 4 senior stars will be out of contract. Tom Heaton, Christian Eriksen and Johnny Evans will all leave, while Victor Lindelof is still unsure over whether he will be offered a new deal. It is a busy time in the Premier League, with the season close to reaching its conclusion, while plans take shape for the summer transfer window and beyond. There are now just 3 game weeks left in the top flight, with all eyes on the race for the European places after Liverpool secured the title, and the 3 promoted teams were confirmed as relegated. Manchester City, Newcastle and Chelsea have opened up a gap to Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa for the Champions League, while Bournemouth and Brentford still harbour hopes of reaching the Conference League further down. In the Champions League, this week brings the second legs of the semi-finals, with Inter Milan hosting Barcelona on Tuesday night after their stunning 3-3 draw last week, before Arsenal attempt to overturn their 1-0 deficit against Paris Saint-Germain on Wednesday. Thursday brings the Europa League semis, where Manchester United hold a commanding 3-0 lead over Athletic Bilbao for their home leg, while Tottenham could set up an all-English final due to their 3-1 win over Bodo Glimt last week. That is the backdrop for today's news, which has a focus on transfers. United are willing to sell just about any of their players this summer. Ruben Amorim's squad clearly needs an overhaul, and the Ineos ownership are taking a pragmatic and perhaps brutal stance over the current crop of players. Bruno Fernandes is deemed untouchable and will not be sold, despite rumoured interest from Saudi Arabian side Al Hilal. Fernandes has once again been easily the best player for United this season, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe is not ready to sell off the crown jewels. The Portuguese midfielder exists in a category alongside veteran defender Harry Maguire, young attacker Ahmad, and January signing Patrick Dorgu. But every single other player could be sold off to provide funds to be reinvested, with profit and sustainability rules a concern this summer. Trent Alexander-Arnold confirmed his exit from Liverpool on Monday, bringing to an end a season-long saga about his future. He is set to join Real Madrid on a 6-year contract when his current contract expires at the end of June. The 26-year-old has 3 more games in a Liverpool shirt to enjoy, and his teammates have reacted to the news on social media. Curtis Jones, Cody Gakpo and Andy Robertson all described him as a legend in Instagram posts, as they paid tribute publicly to the 2-time Premier League winner. Scotland captain Robertson added, "Brother for life. We've been through it all together. There doesn't appear to be any sour grapes in the dressing room." Harvey Elliott wrote, "Unbelievable player. Even better guy." Trent Alexander-Arnold. Enjoy it, brother. Thank you. Arsenal's season hinges on the events at the Parc des Princes on Wednesday night, when they face PSG in the second leg of the semi-final. Win and they will look forward to a Champions League final in Munich later this month. Lose and their whole campaign will have a different feel to it. New sporting director Andrea Berta is already looking further ahead to the summer transfer window, which opens for business on June 1st. The Gunners are chasing 3 big signings this summer, with Real Sociedad midfielder Martin Zubimendi I arriving for a £51 million buyout clause. Elsewhere, they want a top-class number 9 and a winger. Sporting Lisbon striker Victor Gyökeres and RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko more realistic targets than Newcastle's Alexander Isak, while Athletic Bilbao's Nico Williams is their dream ticket on the wing.